Hey guys, Dave here from Yoga for DNA, and I have a very special guest, Bonnie Moehle, who is actually one of my coaches. And I've been working with Bonnie 10 years, just depending on what comes up along the way in life. And uh, why don't I let you, you can probably explain what you do better than I can. And I can probably, I have a lot to say about what you do, but I want to hear what you have to say. And also, you can give us something to take away about dealing in these modern times right now.
Okay, sounds good. Well, what I do is I work primarily one on one with my clients, and I would say that I break what I do down into maybe four main areas. One of them is the mindset and how our mindset affects us and how it affects how we perceive and behave and react and respond and feel, and also what we create. The second area that I work with people on is confidence. And I know just from working with people for 21 years that confidence affects, or lack of confidence, affects everyone on this planet. I haven't met a person yet, no matter how successful they are, that at some level isn't hard on themselves or second guessing themselves or beating themselves up. So that's something that I always work with my clients on. The third piece, which is one of the most important things I ever learned, is how to be in the present moment and live now, live today, live in this actual moment right here, right now. A, because that's the only thing that's real, and B, because there is no stress, there's no worry, there is no fear, there's no second guessing yourself, there's no projection, there's no anxiety when we're living in the moment. And we're highly effective when we're living in the moment because we're responding to what is arising rather than responding to something from the past or something that we're making up about the future. So living in the present is very highly effective. The fourth area that I work with people on is the law of attraction. And many of us have heard like energy attracts like energy, and maybe even get the concept or like it, but there are some real important keys to being able to actually make it a lifestyle so that you're able to attract what it is that you want into your life and co-create and be a creator and bring into your experience something that is in alignment with your desires. So those are the areas that I work with people on.
So my most recent, coaching was around, dealing with anxiety and depression, which I can say has been a huge help. My original scope when I put the website together was, to help people heal their anxiety and depression. And, I think things in life have changed somewhat where I think everyone's feeling a pressure that they haven't felt before in this new
Mhm.
on this new paradigm, this new world that we're emerging into. So, um, do you have any, takeaways for how to, thrive and, be successful and be happy with, I'll just say, maybe a little more uncertainty than we're used to, in the past?
Yeah,
I mean, it happened just like one day. It was like, oh,
so true. Yeah, and change is constant and uncertainty is our reality. There is no such thing as certainty. I once heard Tony Robbins say the quality of life is directly proportional to the amount of uncertainty that we can live with, which I thought was a fabulous quote. And so I'm all about being okay with living with uncertainty. But how do we do that? Well, first of all, by living as much as we possibly can in the present moment. When you're in the present moment, again, there's no projection into the future and there's no looking back into the past. So we're just responding to what is arising in this present moment. So presence would be the first thing that I would recommend to anybody, is to learn how to be present, learn how to live in the present moment. The other things that I think are really important are, number one, self-awareness. And self-awareness of what am I thinking about and how am I feeling? So really paying attention to what's going on in your own head. your own mind. Now, we can't control the thoughts that come in, but once they come in, we can catch them, and then we can choose whether or not they're the thoughts that we want to continue to identify with. So, see if you can catch thoughts that are out of alignment with what you desire or that are creating uncomfortable feelings for you, and learning how to shift them becomes really important here. How do I actually change the thinking that is causing me the stress, the anxiety, and so on? The other key is listening to the body, because all of those thoughts you can feel in the body. Everything that we identify with, we can feel in the body. And if we're identifying with things that are in alignment with us or in alignment with our desires, our body feels very relaxed and very comfortable. But when we are identifying with thoughts or ideas or beliefs that are in opposition to what we want, then we feel very uncomfortable. And really what we do is hate the discomfort. We want to push it away. We get mad at it. We judge it. We distract ourselves from. But I think a really big gift that I received was an understanding that the pain, the emotional pain, was not something to defend myself from or push away, something to embrace as information, letting me know I need to check in and see what's going on with me. How am I reacting? How am I responding? What am I believing? What is the thought that's happening for me? And then, in taking a look at that, being able to shift it. So I think those are some important things. The self-awareness, being able to shift what's going on in your head if it feels uncomfortable, being aware of that feeling as not something negative, but as some information to get you to check in with yourself, and also being in the present moment. And I guess what I want to end this with is, we can't change what's going on around us, but we can fix or change how we react, respond, and think about what's going on around us. And so that really is the key to moving through all this uncertainty right now, is again being in the present moment, but also really noticing how you are reacting, responding, and thinking about what is happening. That is everything right
I agree.
there.
Takes some practice sometimes. So
Well, it does, and that's why people like me are around. So, because I do give tools. People say, okay, I know I need to change my thoughts, but I don't know how. Well, one of the things that my clients learn is the how. How do you change the thoughts? And I agree, Dave, it's not easy. I have to work on myself too. But once you have some tools and some understanding, then it becomes a little bit easier. And then we can make some changes that make us feel better in our lives.
I always think of that Cadillac commercial. Like when I was a kid, and it was like, "You have arrived," and they show like the old silver drive up, looking great in their convertible Cadillac, and not. I don't know that it works quite like that, but
No. Yeah, there's no, unfortunately, I can't just, buy you something or wave the magic wand and have those changes happen, but I can teach you how to make them. And so, and I am a practitioner of what I preach. And I know that when I have hard times, I'm using exactly the same tools and the same ideas and the same understandings that I'm sharing with all of my clients. And so I can say they work. And so if you're feeling that way, give me a call. I can help you
you're the one that taught me. So
with it.
I would recommend buying your book, What is Happiness, which I will link to here. I will also, if you want a private session, I will provide Bonnie's information as well. So hopefully we'll see you back here soon. And thanks for stopping by.
It's a pleasure, Dave. Always a pleasure. I
Thank you.
love what you're doing here.
All right.